We've done it. We're here. It's the finals.
Woo!
It's happened.
Woo!
Oh my God.
Yes.
And what a show it was.
It was a great show.
Holy crap.
It was crap of holies.
They led up to this with so many great shows,
Yeah.
and then just to put a cap on it,
Oh, yeah, they capped it.
just to crown the crowning glory of this entire tournament.
Yeah, Crown Royal.
My goodness, every single person in this tournament deserves the biggest round of applause.
Yeah, come on. Let on the clap. Come on.
All of the congratulations and all the awards, and this has been
Flowers.
one of the most fun months of wrestling that's ever existed.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
One of the best, man. One of the best overall tournament situations. Even when I thought, as we'll get to, even when I thought and I was down, I had my moments. I mean, we're talking like this was years. This final show took years.
Yes.
And even after a couple months into this final show, I look over at you and I'm just like, I'm done. I'm angry. I'm boo-boo face. This is too,
we don't want this.
This is too formulaic and I understand what's happening and no. Puh. And then what did they do, Roger?
They gave us incredible matches that made it impossible for us to feel bad about anything.
I mean, they kind of gave us exactly what we still figured.
Yeah. But in a way where you can't be upset about it.
It's like somebody said, all right, Eli, it's going to be hamburgers again tonight. And you're like, oh, no, weird British Australian auntie. Not hamburgers again. Ah, shut your face now. You're going to love me hamburgers. And when we, we're all mad and we're sitting there drawing pictures of our Aussie British aunt keeper that we hate. And she makes us these hamburgers, but they're gourmet burgers.
Right.
And they're the best burgers we've ever had. They eat themselves.
Right.
They're so good.
Right.
And manifest in our belly. And we're like, oh, we're full forever because this was the greatest thing ever. I don't even need to eat ever again because
this was perfect.
How could anything be better than these weird burgers that were... I knew they were coming.
Right. You knew you were getting burgers.
I've had burgers before.
Right.
I've made my own burgers.
You expected the burgers to be here when we got here.
Yeah, but not like this.
But then they were the best burgers that you've ever eaten in your life.
Oh my God, these burgers are so good. I guess we should get on with it.
Oh, yes,
get on with it.
Oh, if you're just now joining us for the first time
We're
for
so
this
sorry.
final, welcome to Wrestling Is Her.
We talk about wrestling.
I'm your host, Raja, and I'm here with my co-host, John.
Hello.
And we are absolutely still flabbergasted by this final of the 5-Star Grand Prix.
Yeah.
It's insanity how good this show was.
It really is.
And I think we just need to get into talking about it because I can't handle it anymore.
Oh, I'm
see it.
So ready.
So, August 31st in Tokyo, we had the finals of the 5-Star Grand Prix.
Yeah.
And leading into this was some pretty crazy shows that had some of the best wrestling matches that we've seen in a long time.
Absolutely.
On them. But we were about to be in for a long, wonderful time with this show.
I mean,
starting
Jesus,
off
so good.
with the pre-show match of Waka Tsukiyama versus Ryan. And these two have been pitted against each other throughout this tournament. They even talked about after the match about how they've had a lot of matches with each other, but this is like the first time they've been able to go one-on-one. And of course, Waka Tsukiyama got the win in this match with the Moonlight Dream. That wasn't very surprising, given who's in the match.
I was hoping that Ryan would wet leg it and pull a...
Right, just kind of pull a shock surprise on old Waka there.
Absolutely.
But after the match, Waka did say, you're not in a faction yet. Have you maybe considered what team you want to join? And Ryan was like, there is a team that I've been looking at. And then she just walked off. And Waka was like, it's EXV, right? And she's like, hey, wait, we were talking. And just followed her off. So seems Ryan has interest in one way or the other in somebody's...
Do you think it's hate or...
Maybe it's hate. Maybe she's just like seen what they've been doing. She's like, I like their style.
Yeah.
Let me go be a
Maybe
bad
she's
girl.
just maybe she's just like an evil fuck. Do you think she's an evil fuck? Do you think she's like
Maybe.
Like,
Maybe
she's
she's
just-
just really like deep down.
this whole
dark
time
and
she
evil.
seemed like a librarian's kid or something.
Absolutely.
But she's like evil, and that's why her finishing move is so strange.
That weird roll up she tries
She's
to
like,
do.
I want to confuse everyone.
Oh man, it's probably Cosmic Angels or something. Like she's
No,
like seeing
she
how many
can't-
belts they have.
She can't be part of the Angels.
No, I would have thought Stars for her,
Yeah,
maybe.
I
but
mean, maybe, but she can't be part of the Angels. I'm just putting my
no,
foot
no,
down.
I
on it.
don't want her in Cosmic
No, I mean, she
Angels.
can't
I'm just
be.
saying, if you're
There's
looking,
too many.
If you're looking at all the factions, which one looks really cool and you want to be a part of? You know, probably Neogenesis, but that's beside the point.
Yeah,
She's not allowed to go in Neogenesis.
Neogenesis looks the coolest. I mean, Hate looks cool as long as you're only looking at a couple people.
Right. And you don't like watch the matches too closely.
If you show up on the wrong day
Right.
at the dojo, you're like, no.
Oh man. So that was our pre-show. And then we started the night off with a fun tag team match between FWC, Hazuki and Koguma, and
The babies.
Sakurara, which is what they're calling themselves now. So I guess
Are they really?
It's sticking. I guess Sakurara is sticking.
Oh my God.
So Aya Sakura and Sayaka Kurara
Yeah.
of Cosmic Angels.
We call them the babies.
We call them the babies.
It's
yes.
just something here in our little land of Stardom love. It's
Yes.
because we love them so much, and it's really
And they're the babies of Cosmic
they're
Angels.
the babies of Cosmic Angels. We absolutely see the upside in these two, and the thing is, with them starting at a later age than what you normally do,
Right.
Our worry always is that, hey guys, they're 26. You know, like
they should already be
let's
getting it on.
let's go ahead and give them some wins now, because you got Karate Girl and you have Spear Girl. I mean, we got good stuff already.
Yeah.
We just need that development, because I mean, hell, they're already better than almost anything out there. Like
Absolutely.
in any other league.
They're very well rounded already.
Yeah.
I like how you split their ages down the middle. It's like they're collectively 26.
Yeah.
But this match was really fun. I was excited for it just because I love seeing FWC and tag team action. And then we get Sakurara, which is a fun team. And this started cute because Kuma got in there with Sayaka and was like doing the bear dance.
Oh, this is so great.
And Sayaka did it. She was all like enthusiastic
Yeah.
about it. And then as soon as they finished, Kuma was like, thank you. You can get out now. And they both tagged out.
I love the fact that Koguma was finally, after all this time, Koguma's like, no, you know what? You did that with like heart.
You did it great. Good job.
You were really sweet about it. I don't want to fight you. I'm gonna leave now.
It was so funny. It was a match like you would imagine. They all got their little spots in here and there. It was a pretty fast match, but
I thought that the girls got, some good hope spots.
they did. They showed some fire in there.
At times we're looking at each other like, no.
Yeah, no,
this
really?
this can't be the first one.
Double drop kick, maybe.
Yeah, so
But FWC got the win with Koguma's flying body splash. And backstage, they were talking about how this is probably a match that's going to happen again. And well into the future, we'll probably see FWC versus Sakurara, like infinitely into
Yeah.
the future of Stardom.
yeah, Sakurara is just fun to say.
It is.
It's like Momo Banana.
Bob Momo Banana,
Yeah.
which no one can say in Sendai Girls. I love Chihiro Hashimoto trying to say Bob Momo Banana because she just goes Bob Momo Banana.
Yeah,
It's
I love
so
it too.
funny.
I love it too because I feel like it's a shoot.
I think it absolutely is. Yes, fun tag team names are the highlight of Japanese wrestling, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
They're absolutely amazing. But that match was fun.
It was.
It was a good way to open the main show, I think. Then we got a little, run of future show dates like they do at these big shows. They were like, here's all our cool stuff we have coming up.
Tag Liga.
Yes. Goddess of Stardom Tag League. We got some dates. It's starting on October 26th and running through December 8th. So the entire month of November is dedicated to Tag League.
Dream Queendom.
Dream Queendom happening on December 29th.
New Year Dreamer.
New Year Dream on January 3rd.
Wrestle Kingdom.
Wrestle Kingdom on January 4th.
Sound like Triple H in like 99. Wrestle Dynasty.
Wrestle Dynasty on January 5th.
New Year Dash.
And New Year Dash on January 6th. Yes, Wrestle Kingdom week is coming up fast.
Yes.
And I think they're making a very concerted effort this year to include Stardom much more in Wrestle Kingdom, Wrestle Dynasty, New Year Dash, and all of the things. Instead of
Moto Stardom.
instead of like pushing their own 1-4 show, they're going to have their show on the 3rd.
Did you call that 1-4?
Sorry, their own Eaton show.
Thank you. We hold our pinkies out around here.
Right. Sorry. We're Joshi Elite. I'm
we
sorry.
know our Joshis.
Yes, they don't have their own Eaton show this year.
Thank
they
you.
have their January 3rd show, which is New Year's Dream. So that'll be fun. That week, I'm looking forward to so much.
I'm looking forward to the rest of this card.
It's going to be so fun. I'm also looking forward to the crossover event with New Japan, which is always good fun.
That is great. Easy for me to say. I'm thinking of an evil heel woman and her little non-evil heel side ponytail and her camos and stuff, but against the walking picture of that kid needs Ritalin. Because they're going to team.
Oh, yeah. You know that they're putting Gabe Kidd and Tekla together.
Absolutely.
I love seeing who they team up for the crossover.
I can't wait for that. Because that's going to be awesome.
I'm so excited.
All right, I got to cut something here, dude. This is like really, I love it when a good comment comes around, right?
Me too.
Done a lot of podcasts over the years, a lot of different kind of podcasts over the years. As we talked, we used to have another one that was covered way too much of all wrestling.
Yeah.
But this one listener that we have, Ray Ray's. So shout out to Ray Ray's, much love. I got to put out something, man. This one kind of was one of my mind blow moments when I'm reading something, and we obviously read all the comments, but you usually are the ones smarting me up. Yeah.
Yes, I keep track of everything.
Yeah, Raj is going to be the one replying to you, and also the one usually reading it and telling me about it. So if you ever wonder who you're talking to or who is live tweeting, it is Raja.
It's generally me.
It's generally her. It's her show. So. Ray put out here, and I had talked about on the last episode about a certain transition,
right,
with a certain wrestler there that we know and love of Sai Kamatani,
right, and
then a comparison to I couldn't believe she had turned heel really because she was the Sting, she was the perennial babyface, and and Ray's put out there about Sting evolving into the Crow persona. That this was like the slower burn transformation, like Sting evolving into the Crow persona, unlike Kamatani's overnight change into Phoenix Queen. But still yet, just bringing that up.
Right.
When I wasn't thinking about that, when I was talking about the Sting deal.
Right. You didn't connect the dots,
I did not connect
in your mind.
I did not connect the dots whatsoever. And that one just kind of killed me because I was like, Jesus Christ, that is...
That's spot on.
It's nearly perfect for what happened with her. And there wasn't a slow burn at all with it. It wasn't like we didn't.
She didn't make little we
didn't see turkey buzzards up in the rafters for a couple of months or anything like that. And everybody wondered what side she was on. Although that's kind of still happening with. Is she really over there?
Right.
I feel like we know now, but all right. Sorry. I just wanted to give the shout out. Much love, Ray Rays. Appreciate the listen.
We always love having people give us their thoughts on things because we're just talking our opinion here. We know that our opinion's not the end all be all of what people feel about Stardom or any wrestling.
No, absolutely. Everybody.
So we love the different sides.
It's just completely our love for this.
Yeah.
This particular little section of
we just love talking about it.
Peresu, it's our little section of the world that we absolutely adore because I tend to love things that love what they do.
Yeah.
And, I like to take things serious, to take themselves, what they do very serious.
Absolutely.
And nothing I've ever seen compares to Joshi.
Because we love storytelling so much. There's just so much emotion.
It's just so much emotion, so much athleticism, so much training and discipline at the same time. And, I really appreciate the sacrifice. And it's just such a beautiful thing, the world of Joshi and the world going all the way back to the beginning. I feel like the ladies have worked harder. And this is not a slight to the men. Let me say that first. But I feel like the ladies have worked harder and not had as much handed to them. They've really had this. When they stand out, they really have to stand out.
Absolutely. And when they stand out, it makes an impact. If you think about the Crush Girls bringing in
oh my God,
millions of views.
Or the Beauty Pair.
Back in the day. The absolute fanfare that people have over these women is insanity.
Yeah. And then, as I always mention, the 90s, right?
Yeah. The 90s in all Japan.
And then the dark period, which is just sad because of what was happening in New York.
Yeah.
But let's get back to the show. I apologize.
Sorry for that.
All right, let's go.
But not really sorry. Okay, so After that opening match and our little announcements, we had the first semifinal match in Red Stars where Micah took on Mayu Iwatani. And we knew this was going to be a barn burner of a match just because of who's in it. But I don't think even I was expecting it to go like as crazy as it went.
No, me either. Not at all.
Most of this match was Mayu trying to overcome Micah's power because Micah is a very big, powerful like competitor in the ring. But she was able to use her speed and her moves she did this around the world's head scissors.
Right.
That was just beautiful. She got her dive in and then got back in and did a frog splash like immediately after the dive. So she was able to use her quick thinking and her abilities in the ring, which are phenomenal, to get Micah on the back foot a lot in this match. However, Micah's power is there for a reason. So there was a point in this match where Mayu tried to dragon suplex Micah, but she just powered out of it to the ropes so that she was able to get out of it and then turned around and like walloped Mayu with this lariat.
Yeah.
It just shows how strong she is and how determined she was to win this match. And then the absolute craziness of Mayu Iwatani hitting a superplex on anyone but Micah in particular. And then Micah coming back and hitting her own superplex, followed by those 3 suplexes that she's started incorporating into her moveset.
Absolutely.
Just beautiful stuff. There was a desperation dragon suplex from Mayu that she followed up with her ugly thrust kick that she does that's just in your face.
And the thing I love about it, like you said when we were watching it, it was like she was launched by invisible people.
Yeah, she got her drop kick in the corner.
It was like the stars from the years past were just there launching her because it looked like she got launched.
Because generally in a multi-man match, there'll be 2 other people from Stars that pick her up and throw her into the corner in a drop kick. But this time she just did it on her own, but it still looked the same.
Had some really high velocity.
There was the moonsault attempt, which unfortunately Mayu missed. And Micah followed up with the discus lariat, and then she had to use that 3 shot of Michinoku drivers, the last one with the arm trapped, in order to get the win and beat Mayu Iwatani to go to the finals.
So does that have a name? Is it a Michinoku Driver 3?
Not that I've seen yet. I haven't seen it be called anything different.
Because it's like the hammerlock Michinoku.
Yeah, I would call it the 3 probably, since she does the Michinoku Driver 2 already.
There you go. You guys know what that is. Go ahead and let us know. Correct us.
Because it's the 3rd one that she's been doing in she'll do 2 Michinoku Driver 2s and then if she can't get the win, it's on to that 3rd iteration in there. So she ended up going completely undefeated through the entire tournament to get to the finals.
Yeah, amazing.
Which is unheard of.
Amazing. I mean, it's
in the 5-star.
Absolutely unheard
of. She's had this willpower throughout this entire tournament to get to this point, and she was not about to drop the ball.
And we felt it, right? We felt it. We felt that original Micah energy through this entire time.
That Micah that we've been missing out on.
And we talked about it through every show.
Yes, we have. So I think this was every bit of a 4 1/4 star match. There was just no stopping the whole time.
But this was the moment. I'm a huge Mayu Iwatani fan, and I really wanted it for Mayu Iwatani.
Me too.
Just because, I mean, there's other storylines that could have been had there, but I'm not at all upset with the result.
No, me either.
But at the
moment we were like, oh, it could have been.
I really wanted it to be Mayu Iwatani.
It's like what could have been.
Yeah. Just really excited about that. And it's, what a great run it was.
Oh, yeah. She did really great in the tournament. She only lost 1 match.
Just had some incredible, memorable matches as always.
Absolutely. She had the best match of the tournament.
But this was the moment of the night when I first started getting
ugh.
Yeah, I got worried because of the prediction that Micah made.
Yeah, it is weird that 2 years in a row to have her say it before the tournament starts in Corkinall to put it out there, let's meet in the final, and then for it to happen.
Because I was super worried when she did it the second time because nothing happens in Stardom that doesn't get followed up on.
The funny thing is, when she said it last year, I don't think there was any intention to have Micah or Suzu in the final last year.
No, I don't think there was either. And I think that was just a happy accident or whatever. Yeah. But this, as far as we know.
As far as we know.
But, this time, you obviously, we knew what was going on.
Yeah, but I think the funniest thing about it is that when she said that this year, it was like a friendly thing. Like, hey, let's meet in the final because we're on the opposite sides and we're friends now. We're going to team up and like win the Goddess of Stardom belt. She threw that in there at the same time.
Yeah.
But it turned into this like, you betrayed me. Let's meet in the finals so I can kick your ass.
Yeah, well, she's Mystic Micah.
Yes, she is.
Mystic Mike. There you go.
Yes, Mystic Mike. And so after that, we moved on to the Blue Stars semifinal where Hanan was taking on Sayaka Mitani. And this would be their second match in this tournament because they're both from the same block. And Hanan had beat Sayaka Mitani in their regular block match.
What was your stars in the first one?
4.25. Okay. We did say that.
Sorry.
I said it, I think. But yes, 4.25 stars match. It was amazing. Mayu Iwatani just knows how to work.
I was thinking about the match.
Amazingly, and so does Micah at this point. So it was not going to be anything but wonderful. Hanan versus Sayaka Mitani. They came out here and just started brawling. Just go
right
for each other immediately. Yeah. Hanan did a famouser on the floor very early on in the match, which I was like, what is happening right now? She really wanted to win. She even did a backdrop suplex off of the ropes into the ring, which looked just crazy.
Just vicious.
She rolled Sai up in the 17, and that was a moment where we were like, what is it happening? But no, Sai kicked out. And then she was able to reverse the double backdrop suplex, which Hanan has been using to win, the 1-2 hit with that suplex. She reversed out, hit a head scissors, rolled Hanan up for the pin and the 1-2-3.
Yeah, solid match. Yeah. Absolutely solid match.
It was very well worked.
Not a single time during this event, during this match, did I feel that Hanan was going to win.
Me either. I mean, it was not a bad match, but it never got to the point where I was like, screaming and freaking out.
Sometimes we buy in. Sometimes, regardless of it knowing the decision or whatever, we buy in.
Yeah.
And I don't think either one of us this match.
Yeah, no, but even in that 17 predicament, it was kind of like, oh, she's probably going to kick. Right. Like, there wasn't a lot of conviction from our end where it was like, she's totally going to win this.
But we're super happy because...
Yeah, it was a really good match still. It was like definitely in the high 3s. Up to possibly 4 range of stars.
The next one's interesting to me because, and I agree with you, 4 stars.
Yes.
The next one's interesting to me because of the post-match comments more than anything.
Right. So next we had Anna Jay versus Momo Kogo in a singles match. Do you want to talk about the post-match comments?
Well, obviously... This match, I mean, it was again, this was a match on the card.
Yes.
That was just fine.
It was fine, yeah.
And, not a tournament match because they're both out of tournament.
Momo Kogo was out there doing the work.
Yeah. So Momo Kogo absolutely worked her ass off in this match.
Absolutely.
Momo Kogo deserves a lot more praise and a lot more love than I think she gets. And
yeah, she wore her like fancy Mexico gear out with her and with the skeletons dancing behind. She was ready to go.
She was, and she looked like $1 million in this match.
Absolutely.
She looked like 10 million yen in this match.
She's been working really hard since she came back from injury.
So she worked as a very smart match. She worked Anna Jay's arm. Mm-hmm. To keep from the Queenslayer to be effective. Right,
because that's her submission.
Right, knowing what the Queenslayer is. So, I mean, everything she did, even when she did like the 619, everything.
To the arm.
She kicked the arm. Everything she did was like laser point accurate.
It was perfect.
To hit the arm.
Not that you would really know.
But Anna Jay did not sell at all. And if you go back and watch this match, she took these moves and didn't even as much as shake her arm out.
Right, like do the shake, hold it
between really moves. Bothered us because,
doesn't your arm hurt, girl?
Yeah, Stardom, if anything, it's the world of selling. Yeah. And that's the art
You gotta know how.
That's the art of wrestling.
You have to put it in everything.
I mean, it's called selling for a reason.
Right.
And that's what sells the match. That's what sells the offense.
Right.
But with that said, all that done, Anna hits the Queenslayer.
Yeah, she does get the Queenslayer. It doesn't look like it bothers her at all.
Match is over, and she just kind of leaves. But Momo Kogo, in the post-match comments, did actually translate and did talk in English for Anna, and thanked Anna and all this stuff, and talked about maybe they could do something else together.
Get it on again.
Right.
Yeah.
So I thought that was
It's nice of her.
Nice of her.
And Anna Jay, they caught up with her too, and she's just talking about how this was her last match of her Stardom run and how much fun it's been and how cool all the girls are and how she's ready to come back to AEW and show what she's learned. And she talked about how this has been like the toughest tour of her career, which obviously like this is much different.
I just feel like
normal.
I got less out of this than any almost any of the other women we could have sent over.
Right. I mean, if you're looking for someone to like try to help get better.
Can you imagine what Queen Aminata would have done?
No. I mean, I think Queen Aminata would have ruled.
I mean, she's been in Japan before, but I mean, she just the selling aspect. And,
absolutely.
Of course, she could speak the language as well because she's a freak.
She's intelligent, beautiful, amazing worker.
Gorgeous,
I mean,
just amazing mind.
She would be really cool in a Stardom
anywhere
ring for a while.
Actually, let's just stop talking about her because she's perfect.
Okay,
makes me angry.
We'll just pass by that.
All right.
Following
anyway,
that,
Anna Jay, sell.
Start selling your arm.
If you're listening, honey, we love you. We do, for real. But it was just, come on. Come on, man.
So following this, we had a super duper fun match. It's like a special singles match. Saya called it like an extension of the 5-star because they weren't able to face in the actual tournament. Saida versus Xena. And before we get into the match, I think we need to address the gorilla in the room about Saida's pictures when she walks out.
No!
They've always been amazing, okay? There's been like gorillas with wings for Wingori.
No.
And like when she was teaming with Yuzuki and there was like that Laura Croft style archer with the giant gorilla. Like they're always amazing.
In my head now.
But this one was so funny. Oh, that gorilla with so many muscles.
AI's
posing.
Bad. AI's bad.
Oh my God.
Don't ask ChatGPT to make hot, sexy muscle gorillas.
We were laughing so hard. Okay, I was laughing so hard. I think he was like having an existential crisis about it.
Because it was wrong.
Oh, the pictures they use for Saida are so funny because it's like all the other girls have like dragons or like really pretty princessy stuff or something like that. And then she gets like buff gorillas. It is so funny. It's like, how would you feel to be the girl that gets the gorilla images?
Listen, buff gorilla doesn't touch this nasty predator gorilla that was back there just smiling.
It was the beefiest gorilla I've ever seen.
Oh my God.
And it was green to boot.
Yeah. It was pretty nasty.
It was hilarious.
It was scary.
So they got in the ring, Xena and Saida, and the start of this match was like super fast paced, and they did these back and forth arm drags.
Awesome.
Until they ended up hitting like a 50-50 spot where they couldn't do anything.
They got
just both hit the ground.
50-50 position where either their shoulders are going to rip off or one of them is going to get the advantage, but they didn't. And listen, this was really cool.
It was so cool.
This back and forth stuff was really a great hot start.
Yeah, absolutely.
It felt like, business is picking up.
So they went out of that into shoulder tackles, like back and forth, and then Xena sent Saida into the corner and she turned her back for 2 seconds, and then when she turned back around, Saida's flying at her with a shoulder tackle to take her down. Xena does her spinning thing, like with her on Saida on the shoulders and like spins around a million times.
The spinning thing, the airplane spin?
The airplane spin, yeah. She like does it a million times, and then when she gets back up, she's actually dizzy. Yes. I don't think she's ever done it this many times in a match before. They start chopping each other back and forth, and then Saida gets a back chop because Xena ducks a chop and she just slams her on the back.
I love the chop battle because during the chop battle, Saida was looking for the bare spot on Xena's chest.
Yeah, she's like zeroing
You can watch, if you go back, you can watch her eyes. And she's just like looking for the bare spot between spaghetti straps. And she's
she wants to make the loud noise.
Yeah.
Yes. And then they did like a couple of suplexes to each other, got back up, started chopping again. And this time Xena hits her in the back.
Yes.
It was so cool. Ida got her in the corner at one point up on the ropes and jumped to headbutt her in the chest to like discombobulate her.
Perfect.
And then tried that muscle buster
Thank
again.
God she didn't get
which
it.
she was not able to get.
Yeah.
And then Xena manages to get this most desperate looking Thunderstruck I think I've ever seen to win the match.
Great match.
Oh, it was so fun.
Confusing call out, but great match.
Yes.
Wonderful match. Love the match. confusing call out.
I think that opening spot was supposed to be like, look, I can do this to some extent, because she did call out May Sarah for the high speed title.
Yeah.
Which is double confusing. She's because
like, I'm the new high speed title, whatever, contender.
Yes, I'm the new high speed challenger, I think is what she said.
Sorry. It was the translation.
Yeah.
She speaks like a Cockney form of Australian.
It's like May has been pinning her a lot recently. Like before the tournament, May Sarah was able to get a lot of wins over Xena. So I'm not sure where this challenge came out of, but it'll probably be a really good match.
What if they teach Australian in schools?
Maybe.
Oh, okay. Anyway.
I'd like to speak Australian, please.
Yeah, I said diggery-doo.
Oh, but that was a really fun match to like in the middle of the card. And it was every bit of like up there in the 4-star
Yeah, I love
range.
the fact we ranked it because it was so good.
We were like, oh, we have to rank that one.
Yeah, 4 and a quarter.
Singles match.
4 and a quarter.
After that, we had Risa Sera, Rana Yagami, Lady C, Saki Kashima, and Shiri taking on Miyu Amasaki, Suzu Suzuki, Mei Sarah Azumi, and Starlight Kid. Our second full match of the entire force of Neo Genesis.
So one of my favorite moments of the show.
Just the entrance.
When Neo Genesis is coming out and they do the sachet by one another.
Yes.
They walk from each side of the stage and they cross until they're in their position.
Yeah, all the lights are out except that backlight of the screen.
Then you have the backlight. And you couldn't see it as well as you could the first time on the bottom. But still, yeah, you could see it. And each girl in her spot does her one little action pose. Like you're getting ready to play a video game and it's on the loading screen
it's
or
like,
something.
Choose your player.
Yeah, and it's like, what's your action pose? And each girl, one by one, does her action pose. And then they come together and they do another pose.
They do their little upside down peace sign together.
And then they start to walk. And let me tell you, cute. There is something so magical about those ladies.
Yeah.
When they come out like that in full force, you're reminded what an incredible faction we're seeing.
Absolutely.
Evolve.
They're amazing. And none of them were able to get to the final tonight, but I don't think that matters because they all did amazingly well in the tournament.
I think that Neo Genesis is just
so like
chef's kiss.
They're doing the most right now, honestly. So Lady C though, coming out here in her new gear, also looking like $1 million.
Dude, Lady C with the win for the gear.
Yeah.
It's been quite a battle.
We've been waiting. We're like, when's Lady C gonna get that new God's Eye gear?
Hey, Amisori, you listening?
Listen, when Amisori comes back, she better have new gear, or I'm gonna be like, what is happening?
If you don't have new gear when you come back, we're coming to Japan.
So this was a fun match. It was kind of just like all these girls having fun, I think, because there was a point where Lady C and Risa Sera did their double swings at the same time in the ring. We gotta give
some love for Risa Sera, okay? Because Risa Sera with hate,
or with God's Eye.
God's Eye, I apologize. With God's Eye,
hate would make sense probably to an extent, but
it was just so amazing.
Saki Kashima like clinging.
It was
to her
so funny
the entire time she's coming out.
It was great. It was funny, and I love the confused Risa Sera face. You know,
she's like, "What is happening?"
She does it really well.
That double swing though scared me because I was like, "They're gonna hit heads. They're gonna clunk together."
They did the double giant swing.
Yeah,
and doing it two in the ring at the same time is terrifying.
It was Miyu and Starlight, I think they had in the swings, and I was like, "They're gonna hit them together. It's gonna suck." At the end, I was like, "Are they actually?" But they didn't. Then we had some like cool matchups in the midst of this match. There was Suzu versus Shiri, had like some amazing spots between them.
Absolutely.
Saki Kashima versus Azumi showing their roll-up ability.
Of course they match up.
And then Starlight Kid versus Rana Yagami for a little while. Like,
we need that.
Holy crap. It was so good. And then Rana had to take that 5-way drop kick from Neo Genesis. Poor thing.
10 boots.
There was like a whole the chaos, of course, of a 10-man that you would expect. Everyone getting in the ring all at once and everything going crazy. But Starlight Kid was able to win this match for Neo Genesis with the Starlight Press. Very nice win for Neo Genesis.
Yeah, I thought it was a really nice showcase for Neo Genesis.
It was. And after the match, in the backstage comments, where everyone in God's Eye was insisting that Risa Sera had joined God's Eye, and they're like talking about training schedules and stuff, and Risa's like, wait, no, I didn't join the group, guys. And they're like, yeah, come on, let's go, we're going to practice. And she's like, guys, wait. That was hilarious.
Well, she should.
She would make a good God's Eye member. God's Eye is like, they're all about taking in the straights. I don't know. Saki's obviously formed a connection now with Risa Sarah. She's like, you're part of my team now.
Maybe she needed a second mom.
But I think the funniest part about it was her clinging to Risa Sarah and Lady C trying to get closer, and Saki still like, no, I don't like you.
Yeah.
So she's like, I like this one better.
Saki Kashima is like a new cat.
Yes.
That you love the cat, and the cat's beautiful. And the cat's really sweet.
Right.
But the cat is going to do what the cat wants to do.
Oh, yeah. It's going to like who it likes.
It'll still live at your house, and it'll still eat the food you put out.
Right.
And it'll still occasionally purr next to you.
Right.
But that cat is not going to just love you.
Right.
It's unless it wants to love you.
Right.
We own a cat like this.
You're talking about Moon Pie, right?
Yeah. We have a cat like this that looks like a queen.
She's a princess.
And
she does what she wants.
She will not, if she don't want to be petted, you try to pet her, and she like melts into the floor. It's so crazy. Like her spine goes to jelly.
Yeah, like she like completely just avoids you.
Yeah.
So funny.
But she's regal, beautiful, and it reminds me
sweetheart.
of Saki Kashima.
And needs all the attention.
Yeah.
Oh, following that match, we had another multi-man where Yuna Mizumori, Natsupoi, and Saori Ano took on Ruaka, Tekla, and Konami. And obviously we need to talk about the weirdness in this match the beginning.
We do.
Because that's all I could think about during this match. After that point, there was a moment where Tekla and Natsupoi were in the ring. I believe they started the match. And Tekla walked up to Natsupoi and extended her hand.
So weird.
For a hint, like she seemed unsure about it at first, I think. And then she went and held her hand out like, let's have a good match, I guess. And Natsupoi was very like, I don't trust you. I've seen what you've been doing. I'm not going to shake your hand. But then when Tekla got upset about it, Natsupoi seemed conflicted.
Yeah,
and
she's like, hold on,
wait, let's shake hands after all. And it just broke down from there.
Yeah.
But it was so weird and like had us going like, ooh, what's this? What's happening here?
It was strange. And obviously Natsupoi is a killer. And, it's weird with Tekla with her hating of idol girls, right?
It is, because you would think Natsupoi was like the epitome of what she's against right now.
With the baby voice and all
and
this
like
stuff.
the cutesy stuff.
But Natsupoi on the other end of things is way more hell on wheels than Tekla ever thought about being.
Absolutely, yeah. And of course they were in Donna Del Mondo together, which is where this whole handshake thing stems from, I imagine.
They were 7 months together. I
mean, it was like
no real tag team creation, right?
Right. There wasn't like a ton of like camaraderie there, I guess. But I mean, when you're in a faction for any amount of time, you start to form that friendship. And after the match, Tekla was very serious and talked about how there's this story, and she told like the first line of the story was like, this is about a girl who betrays her friends. That's all for now. And like, I guess she's got this chip on her shoulder maybe from when Natsupoi left DDM for Cosmic Angels with the whole Tam situation. It was all it was all very intense. And like after Cosmic Angels came back there, they did their whole like, hey, we won, everything's cool, and they did their stuff talking about what they're coming up. And Natsupoi asked for a minute alone, so Saori Ano and Yuna Mizumori left her alone, and she just sat down and like cried for a second. And then she was like, Tekla, if you want to talk and you want to have a match, you want a Wonder of Stardom championship belt, we can make that happen. Like, it was very weird and like emotional.
That's good.
Which I love.
Yeah.
I was not expecting it.
No, it's very strange. And, in your actual day-to-day life.
Yeah.
If somebody screwed you over, or you perceive they screwed you over even years ago.
Right.
If you find yourself in front of them in a restaurant.
Mm-hmm. You're going to have those feelings come up.
You're going to have those feelings come up. It's just that they haven't really crossed paths.
Right. And it's been 2 years since Natsupoi and Tam had their whole series of matches that led to her joining Cosmic Angels. And I guess Tekla just hasn't really gotten past that.
Maybe it was just an anniversary or something. You never know.
It was crazy and like made this whole match that much more interesting in my opinion. And also Yuna Mizumori able to get the pin on Ruaka and get her revenge.
Yes, which was amazing.
I was like, yeah,
and
Yuna.
More to come on Cosmic Angels, by the way.
Oh, yeah, much more to come on Cosmic Angels. But I thought this was just craziness coming out of this match. And I love it. I love every minute of it.
Very good.
That brings us to the big matches of the night. starting with the Future of Stardom Championship match between Hina and Rina, the twins, the Stardom sisters. And
so they did a good job on this.
oh, it was so nice.
They showed the package.
Yeah.
And the video package of Hina and Rina in younger days. They showed Hanan in there too. And they showed the build-up for this match, which was we've chronicled on here.
Right.
Has been incredible build-up.
Yes.
You can't build a match better than they've built this up.
No, yeah, and you could definitely feel like the nervous energy from both of these girls because this is a big spot. This is like third from the top singles match
Seeing
over a
the
belt.
emotion on Rina,
Oh man,
the emotion of a sister with your twin sister.
yeah,
The tears from both of them at different times in the match.
yeah.
And the big moment for me, and I'll let you get to it.
Yes, they were both very serious coming into this match, like ready to go. They started off with just back and forth forearms, just like, I don't know. They were like, let's just see what we've got here. There was a beautiful like high angle crab from Hina that I was like, wow, that, that looks like it hurts.
Absolutely.
Rina getting super like into it to the point that she started calling for the claps again, that she hasn't done that in weeks. Yeah. And I guess at this moment she was just like, I can't handle the silence. I need people to clap.
Right.
But there was this absolutely gorgeous, just little piece of storytelling where they showed Hanan off in the wings near like the back of the arena in her street clothes, ponytail in, arms crossed, watching her twin sisters doing what they do best.
Yeah.
In this spot on this card. And you could just see like the pride on her face, but also the worry, and like she was just dialed in watching this happen.
Yeah, and so we had established that Hanan is watching, which was cool.
It was cool to have her there.
Didn't know it was going to come back to it, but...
No, but most of this match consisted of Rina working on Hina's shoulder, which she had taped up. And that directly led to the submission victory for Rina because she used her hydrangea to stretch that shoulder to the point that Hina just couldn't take it anymore. And this happened minutes before the time limit draw.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they were doing the calls, and I was like, oh my God, are we getting a draw here?
And we were arguing. I was like, the draw's fine in this one.
I was like, no, we need a winner.
I was like, no, the draw's okay. It's all right. Leave it alone.
I just wanted a definitive win because Rina's already had a draw in this title run.
Yeah.
She needed to prove if she was going to keep this belt that she was the champion.
And she proved it.
And she did. Yes. So this match ended and Rina becomes the record holder for the most defenses of the Future of Stardom Championship over her sister Hanan. So she has 11 defenses now. And in a moment
that you understood, it showed Hanan again, and Hanan looked proud. She was
crying.
Yeah,
she's like clapping.
Super
she was
happy.
So happy for both of her sisters. Yeah. And Rina and Hina in the ring just talking to each other kind of on that sister level.
Yeah.
Hina understandably upset about losing and not being able to defeat Rina because she's like, obviously you're still ahead of me at this point, because Hina's been much more focused on school,
right,
and doing that kind of thing. So this summer vacation, she was like, she wanted to get to the level of Rina, but clearly she still has a few steps to go. They seem both like they would be happy to run this back in the future.
Oh, it'll run back.
But Rina's like looking for more. She's like, I don't think just because I hit this record that I'm going to stop defending this belt. We've got new bloods coming up and we've got all this stuff happening. So anyone that wants a shot, I'm looking for someone that can take this belt.
That division, man, there's so much good young talent.
There really is.
And, so much new talent coming in. It's exciting.
Yeah, it is.
It's an exciting belt, and it's one of the most prestigious belts out there, really.
Yeah, and the fact that it's gone from just being defended on New Bloods to getting to this point in a pay-per-view, like a singles match is a big deal anyway.
She's been able to do kind of what Hiromu wanted to do for the lightweights over in New Japan. And it's not really a lightweight belt per se.
No, it's just you have to be a certain amount of years into your career.
But it just feels that way. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's still one of those belts.
It's a rookie belt.
Yeah, it's like scoffed at, or, that's a nice belt there, buddy.
Right.
And, or everybody takes a turn kind of belt.
Yeah.
We have those, right? So
it's like everyone gets their time with the Future belt.
Yeah, exactly. And that's not okay with her.
No, she's like, this is an important belt. And
Yeah.
if you want to be the future of Stardom, you have to prove that you're capable of it.
Right.
Which she has done in
She's become a
spades.
gatekeeper.
She has. And I don't know what's going to happen next from here. There is a new blood in a couple of weeks. I don't know if Hanako's going to come back and like try to get that belt. I don't know if some of the other rookies are going to try again.
Well, Hanako deserves it.
Aya Sakura hasn't had her shot yet. So there's
Hanako, though, I would almost like to see going for a
like
bigger
just
one.
immediately.
But let's have her. Let's let her have it. It's fine.
Oh, then into the semi-main event. The World of Stardom Championship match.
Dear Jesus, Lord
Between
in heaven.
Tam
Good
Nakano
God. Oh my God.
and Natsuka Tora. And there was another video. They've done like masterful work with their video packages.
This was great.
On this show.
This was great, wasn't it?
This one showing the past with Tora's big knee injury that took her out for a long time. And then showing the match between them last year where Tam Nakano's knee went out in the middle of the match before she won the match, but her knee just completely blew out in the middle of that match. And just showing their journeys to get back to the ring, and then the journey of them in this feud and Natsuka Tora just taking out Tam's knee completely before this point, and then Tam firing back, and it just set this match up so perfectly to be as big as it needed to be.
Yeah, and you had full love on the outside with the Cosmic Angels, and you had Soriano on commentary. Tam's entrance was
glorious.
A freaking all-timer.
Absolutely.
You know, Natsuka Tora coming out with such a presence.
Pink hair.
Yeah, just such a presence. This felt like a big-time fight.
It did, and it just, they did everything right in the last few shows to make this feel
Oh, yeah. And I love the all Japan
scary
of it with the, losing streak.
Yeah, and
that's so cool.
it was the match that you would expect. It was very hard hitting. There was every attempt to take out knees left and right.
God, it was hard hitting.
They had spots on the ramp that just looked like they hurt. Tam hit a dragon screw off the apron that just killed Natsuka Tora.
Dude, that headbutt.
The headbutt. Oh,
it was
nasty.
It was so disgusting, and I have to say a little unnecessary because it was a clunk. It was one of those.
The thump, yeah. The hollow sound that
Oh, it just makes
hurt.
It makes me cringe so much. I mean,
Me too.
I used to do them myself, and I used to do them hard. And
Yeah.
I used to try to bust people open with them, and did.
Because you can.
But the thing is, now knowing what we know now, right?
Yeah.
And I hate to be that guy.
Right.
But knowing what we know, Jesus Christ, having Shibata exist in this world.
Yes. That should be enough to scare you off with headbutting someone.
When Shibata, the toughest dude ever, had what happened to him, and thank God we still have him.
Absolutely.
But when you know the details of what he went through,
Yeah.
why would you ever do a headbutt?
I don't know. Maybe it's not as hard as it sounds, but it sounds like it's like we've seen them with the knots and stuff.
You can't do the clunk.
I wish they wouldn't do the headbutts, but
and
regardless.
with the exception of having somebody outside the ring with two little cut off 2x4s that puts them together when they do it. No, it's
coconuts.
Yeah, the coconuts. Little Monty Python reference.
Tora was able to get the Grand Deathlock on Tam, but Tam was not going to give up. At this point in the match, she was like, screw you. Not happening.
The name of our new indie band, Tam's Busted Chin.
Yes, Tam with her suplexes that after the Grand Deathlock, 2 minutes later, her chin was just bleeding everywhere. I was like, did that happen from those suplexes? What just happened? But there was a beautiful moment.
Here it is.
In this match near the end.
This is a big deal.
Is a big deal.
Yeah.
So hate started hating all over the place. They were getting involved, throwing the weapons in, using the black box, all that. And Cosmic Angel said, we're not going to let this happen.
Yeah.
Sariano got up off of commentary and they were up in the stands.
They
this
never
show.
do that. Yeah.
She had to run down all the stairs and everything to get down here. So Hate is getting the upper hand and everything. And then Cosmic Angels just gets in there and just takes them all out.
This came from pulling Daichi.
Yeah.
It started with pulling Daichi out of the ring, and then the interference started,
They got the upper hand for a minute.
And it looked scary.
Yeah.
Because you knew that it was going to be the same old thing, right? Again, we're going to go down this evil route.
Yes.
And everybody's pissed. The fans are just like, God, we're so sick of this.
Booing.
We're just so tired of this. And we were just sitting there in shock. Like, no, not this. Because it had been such a great match.
Yeah, at this point, we were like, oh, no, don't ruin it.
Yeah, it had been such a great match. But something happened with the Cosmic Angels. In everything that has been happening in its own little world, right? Every match, all the hate girls have a different way of interfering.
Yeah.
In everything from like the spray of Konami, and Tam getting out of the way and it spraying in Natsuko's eyes.
And then Ruaka getting in and getting flung into Tora.
Right, getting flung into Tora. Everything that they've been doing backfired.
Completely went the opposite way.
Everything backfired. And then one of my favorite moments in the history of Stardom. Soriano, Natsupoi jumps from the outside onto the group.
Yes.
And then Soriano and Natsupoi yell into the ring to Tam.
Yeah, they're like, ah.
Yeah, and it's like, it's so cool because it's like, we got this.
Yeah, finally.
Do you do your things? We got it.
It was so cool.
And then Tam was alone with Natsuko and was able to hit like her violet shooting and all that, and then the Twilight Dream to get the 1, 2, 3 and become the new World of Stardom champion. She's the freaking red belt champion.
Oh my goodness.
Things have been righted.
This was so good.
Tam Nakano is back on top.
Yes, where she belongs.
Now, somebody might want to take the stick from her next time when she starts talking.
She was like, they did their normal thing where it was like, oh, I won and I'm the hero. Natsuko's like, who said you're the hero? You might have the belt now, but I'll come back for it. Blah, blah, blah. She left. And then Tam called Natsupoi and Sariano into the ring. She's like, these are my friends. I love my friends.
Right.
I want a picture with my friends and all of our gold. Unfortunately, they didn't have the Artist of Stardom titles out there, or the Wonder Belt, or the Sendai Girls belt. So, the babies had to run to the back while Tam is sitting here just chatting with the crowd.
While pay-per-view time is clicking away, by the way.
Natsupoi's stripping out of her street clothes to get back down to her gear.
Not a house show. Not a house show. This is a pay-per-view.
It takes a full 3 minutes for them to get those belts, get back in the ring, get posed, and take all these pictures. Then Tam just keeps talking.
Oh my God.
Poor girl.
I was getting secondhand embarrassment. I was kind of like,
please.
Maybe that headbutt kind of rang you. And honestly, it felt like that she thought that was the main event.
Yeah, she was like, oh, this is definitely it. This is the end of the show.
Almost like she forgot. Because it would be the main event most any other time.
Oh, yeah. The red belt would be the main event.
But it was so funny in its own right. It was so Tam.
It was, but there was a really cool little moment in the midst of that when they were taking the pictures where you look at Cosmic Angels with their 6 belts. God. And you're like, oh my God.
Yeah, all of a sudden, it goes back to the Cosmic Angels picture from earlier in the late spring, early summer with that group drop kick all at the same time. Yeah. It's one of my favorite picks of the year. Yeah. But that group drop kick, and it just felt like everything was burning correctly for Cosmic Angels.
Everything's finally in sync.
And this, after the journeys that each one of the ladies have taken, right?
Right.
Each of these girls. Now, think of Poi's journey through this year. Like the teacher, the coach, the mentor, pulling Soriano back. Soriano's thing with Mika and Sendai Girls and battling old demons and coming back around.
Right.
And then Tam with facing the very bottom of the barrel and going through all these losses, and then your friends is what brings you back.
Right.
It's your friends that are there for you and bring you back to prominence, to who you are.
That's kind of the story of Cosmic Angels.
It's just
having your friends.
Yeah, it's all about friendship, and it's all about, just the unity of that group. Yeah. And it was such a feel-good moment that it's absolutely the reason I love professional wrestling is the payoff of a long, well done story with incredible wrestling. Yeah. And this was perfect.
It was. Everything about it just
was perfect.
Fell into place. And now you've got Sariano still holding the Sendai Girls World Championship, about to face Mika Iwata again for that belt. Yeah. You've got Natsupoi with the Wonder of Stardom title. She's got Hanan, Hazuki, and Tekla all barking up that tree. And then Tam Nakano with the World of Stardom title. And we were about to find out who her challenger was going to be.
But if I have to give, on a singles match, if I was to give a rating, I would go against our rules of the interference because the way this interference went down.
Right.
This would have been every star of 5 stars that could be imagined because it's one of those I want someone to see.
Yeah, it's like, this is amazing. This is what we do it for.
Yeah.
This right here. And even after the match and the post-match comments with Tam saying that Tora would be forever her greatest rival or only rival, like she sees Natsuko Tora as on her level, and she wants to continue this rivalry that they've built into the future. So
it's great.
It's amazing. But that brings us to the main event of the evening, the finals of the 5-star Grand Prix. And when I tell you, I was not expecting this match to be every bit of what this was. I was at this point in the night, okay, we're like four hours in at this point, and we're like dying a little bit, but not really, because we just had that experience and we're like, okay, this is cool. But at the same time, like you talked about, it was like, oh, this is the final we expected, blah blah blah. Saya Kamatani's probably gonna win, blah blah blah.
Yeah, they're gonna really have to build us into this.
Yeah,
because
we weren't as excited about it as we probably should have been.
Right.
But they proved us wrong, didn't they? As they always do.
Yeah.
So this match started out with Micah just trying to throw some bomb lariats at the beginning and Saya ducking every single one of them. So Micah just picked her up and dumped her on her ass like with a double leg. She was like, okay, is that how it's going to be? So she just grabbed her and bull rushed her. Saya got out of the ring and was like messing around. She's like, come on, you want to come out here with me? And we're like, no, you don't.
Yeah, don't do it.
Micah didn't buy in though.
No.
She was like, no.
First person not to.
Get back in here and wrestle me like we're supposed to. Unfortunately, when Saya got back in the ring, she was able to wrestle Micah back out to the outside and, do their whole chair shot thing. But then they made their way up the ramp. And we were like, ooh, what's going on here? She pushed Micah like off the side of the ramp where it wasn't very high.
Yeah.
And then Saya Kamatani climbed all the way up onto the stage, which was very tall.
Yeah. And it was probably just as tall as the grating she came off of when she messed up her elbow.
Yes. So if you were not watching Stardom last year, the very first night of the 5-star Grand Prix, Saya Kamatani did a massive dive and dislocated her elbow on when she hit the ground, and that took her out of the tournament completely and out of action for months.
Some say she would have won.
Absolutely. So she gets up on this stage with Micah and Hate and everyone down below, and she grabs her left arm and is like looking down at Micah like, am I really about to do this? It was like finally being able to overcome that fear that she's been living with since that happened. She did that dive to perfection.
She did. And
did not get hurt. So very good of her.
Very overcoming.
It was a really nice little piece of story that I wasn't expecting.
Right.
In this match. I know part of me was like, Saya Kamatani's going to do a crazy dive in this match.
Right.
But it was really cool because you don't expect that out of a heel usually, like to see them do a personal overcoming.
Heel is such a crazy thing in Stardom, isn't it?
It is. Like the heels aren't really like, they've got their own feelings. They've got their own things going on.
And nobody's perfect there. Like, you see even our biggest baby faces resort to cheating sometimes. So you never know.
So they get back in the ring. There's this cool moment with the wrist control. Micah's got the wrist control.
Oh, yeah. Very
and is just
Okada.
Lifting Saya off the mat and hitting her with these lariats that are like, now you can't get away because I've got your arm now.
Right.
There's no ducking me now.
Of course, you talk All Japan, that would probably be some King's Road stuff, actually.
Saya holding onto Micah's hands and doing these, it's like almost a Kamagoye, but instead of a knee, she's just kicking her in the face. And then she hit the Star Crusher. Saya Kamatani hit the Star Crusher, and we were like, oh, that's probably it. And then on the 3, she lifts Micah out of the pin.
Again, breaks the cardinal sin.
Own volition. Well, you can't do that. You can't just lift someone out of a pin when you've got a clear win, because it's going to work against you. And it did. Yeah. In this case.
But we've seen it not hurt someone recently.
Yes.
And so we were questioning, oh my God, is this going to,
Right. So Micah, in her comeback, gets on the top rope with Saya Kamatani, gets her into position where I'm like, oh, it's going to be that
Dear Jesus
top
Christ.
rope
Oh my
power
God.
slam that she does. Nope. This was an avalanche Michinoku driver off the middle rope, top rope. I was like, what?
It was so scary. And the way Saya Kamatani hit.
Oh, it was so ugly.
Oh, it's like she drove her head through the mat.
Oh, so they do this. They're still working. Saya hits the Star Crusher again. Micah kicks out, and Saya just lets out this banshee yell.
Yeah.
This wail of screaming where she's like, no, that's not what's supposed to happen.
Yeah.
Then they get up. There's a headbutt. There's another Michinoku driver for the near fall. But Micah's able to have the presence of mind to get her back up into the Michinoku driver position. Hammerlock.
Yeah.
Hit the driver. 1, 2, 3. Micah is your 5-star Grand Prix winner of 2024.
Way to go, Micah.
Moly, holy crap.
Yeah.
I was
Undefeated, bud.
the first person to ever win the 5-star without losing a single match in the tournament.
Undefeated. Okada came out at that point, and they had some
So happy.
wonderful talk
Yes.
in the ring. I would love to hear what that was said, but
Yeah.
that was the first time I saw a few tears in Micah's face.
Yeah, they put on the robe
He
and
did.
the crown.
Yeah, it was so incredible.
It was almost vindication for last year because they did show last year on the screen before she came out for this match where she got to this point, lost, and then she was like a crying
wreck.
mess
Yeah.
backstage
Yeah.
after the match. So this was like, she lost last year's 5-star. She lost her faction when DDM ended. She lost her red belt because of Saya Kamatani. But above all of that, she kind of found herself.
Yeah.
And then came into this tournament and proved that stuff doesn't matter because she's still going to have the heart and the soul and be able to get this humongous win.
She seems like the Micah that earned it, not
Yeah.
the Micah that deserved it because it was her time.
Right. She absolutely earned it. She fought her way through this tournament and came out the other side undefeated. And she was even trying to be nice to Saya after the fact. She's like, hey, that was really cool. That was a fun match. We should fight again. And then Saya's like, I'm dedicating my entire wrestling career to making you go straight to hell. And,
Yeah.
Saya Kamatani stuff. So Michael wins. And she immediately calls out Tam Nakano for the red belt. And she was like, I don't want to wait. We're going to have this match on September 14th in Osaka at the Edion Arena. in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
She's like, I want the red belt back now.
Yeah, which there's probably not a better time to strike on Tam
Yeah, no, absolutely not.
while Tam's hurt. But at the same time, with all the reinvigoration of Tam.
Yeah. It's going to be hard for Micah to get that belt off of her.
I don't think it's going to happen.
I almost don't want it to happen because seeing Micah without the belt has been a glorious transformation.
I know. I almost want to see, I don't know. I think Micah might go after that white belt or something. I mean, or take a tag partner for a while,
We got the tag league coming up.
It's something. I mean, I don't know. It's interesting as hell.
Yeah.
What's going to happen is interesting as hell.
And like you talked about, Tam now has a line of girls who beat her in the 5-star Grand Prix that might want to line up and get those championship
which
matches.
is super fun in its own right.
Yeah.
And, to do a little throwback, go back and read about the Great American Bash 1986. It's one of my favorite things a world champion's ever done. During the Great American Bash 1986, Ric Flair, and they had the Great American Bash was a tour that Jim Crockett Promotions of the NWA did in the summer months, promoted by Dusty Rhodes and Jim Crockett Promotions. And, Ric Flair put his belt on the line against different challengers in basically every Bash city. And that just wasn't done at the time. Like
Right.
you would normally have one guy you went around the horn with and maybe different gimmick matches or whatever. But this was so unique because you had like Road Warrior Hawk, you had Road Warrior Animal, you had Ricky Morton, you had Robert Gibson, you had, all these different challengers in different
Right.
cities, Ronnie Garvin, Jimmy Garvin. It was really cool. And he didn't make it the whole month. He finally lost to Dusty Rhodes, I think after like 10 defenses or something. But the thing was, it was so legendary, and something I always remember when Tam was losing these matches and we were talking, I was like, how interesting it would be if
Right.
she had to face all these ladies that she lost to and defend that belt. How cool would it be to have these events with?
Right.
You
I
know,
think it would be amazing because there are some really cool people like Mayu Iwatani, for example.
They all have a claim.
Yeah, they all beat Tam, so why not
Yeah.
give them title matches?
So.
It makes total sense. But now that the 5 star is over, the girls and all the viewers, I guess, are getting a break for an entire week, which is crazy in the world of Stardom. But
Yes.
they're coming back on the 8th with the Cork and All show, so on September 8th. And then that next weekend is the 14th in Osaka, where Micah's going to have her title match.
Yeah.
With a new blood the night before. So it's
Right.
like proper big show feel.
Well, you would think that the Cork and All show is going to be another,
Oh, it's going to be so good.
it's going to be storylines and very storyline heavy.
Yeah.
Where do we go from here kind of thing?
Absolutely.
Fallout kind of episode.
Yeah.
And so I'm very excited about
Me
it.
too. The Cork and All shows are always so good. So I'm really excited. But this 5 star it was just so amazing.
Yeah.
And I'm so pleased with everyone. And I was so excited about everything that happened.
What kind of rating would you give that main event?
No, that was, it was definitely a 5 star match in my opinion.
Okay. What's your opinion that counts?
I feel like it could probably go more than that just from everything that happened in it, but
we don't do that.
but we don't do that.
Yeah.
So, thank you for following along with us on these reviews. We've appreciated all of you guys following along and commenting to us and telling us
Absolutely.
how much you're enjoying this. We've enjoyed it too. And it's not something that we're going to stop doing with Stardom shows from this point forward. I
Right.
think we're going to continue getting these reviews out. It's been so much fun.
Oh yeah, we're going to keep doing it as it happens.
Yeah.
And one other thing is we're looking for some Patreon content,
Yes,
and we've been
we
really
are building our ideas.
Yeah, building it up. Just didn't want to hit you with something that wasn't worth your time. So hopefully this week we have a good little chance to build up
yes.
some Patreon content for you. And launch that very soon.
Yeah, absolutely. So keep an eye out for that. Follow us on all the socials at Wrestling Is Her. We always look forward to hearing from you guys. But for now, I'm Raja. He's John. So long from Wrestling Is Her.
Bye.